I want to tell you about something that's been happening at work. We have a work mystery that's been going on.
Ooh, I
think I've told you about this a little bit. So, where I work, there are 3 women in this building right now. Only 3. And
That's honestly too many.
There's a woman's bathroom, and somebody's been pissing in the bathroom, no toilet paper, and not flushing.
Oh, you did tell me about this. That is a mystery.
And I found it again. It happened again. The mystery pisser.
And there's not a trans person.
As far as I'm aware, everybody else...
If you are
yeah,
a woman and you have a vagina, how would you not wipe that
They're
when
just-
you are finished peeing?
they're drip drying.
Did they not flush it?
No,
That's wild, too. You should flush the toilet. That's not acceptable.
At this point, I don't expect much from humanity, so...
Do you think a man is going in there?
I've wondered that, too.
Is there piss splatter?
There's not. There's not. So whoever is doing it is sitting down. There's no pee-pee droplets.
Right. But they're not wiping.
They're not wiping.
And they're not flushing.
And they're not flushing.
These are problems.
Yes.
Yeah.
Both of them are problems.
And I would like to know if you find out the mystery.
I will update you on the mystery.
So, I work for a company that contracts out to other companies. So we have the luxury of being in other companies' Slack channels. And we're in one, and I'm in their, like, main studio channel, and someone posted, like, "Dear God, please flush after you finish. I just walked in and had the most disgusting experience."
Dude! Wait, okay, because one time... So there's 2 bathrooms in this building, 2 women's bathrooms, and there's only 1 toilet in each of them, right?
Okay.
So I went downstairs, and I was doing work, and I had to do the downstairs I had to use the downstairs bathroom. And I open... By the way, I feel very secure, because... I don't know if the men's bathroom does this too, but the women's bathroom, there's 1 toilet, and there's a lock on the door when you come in, but then the toilet is also inside of a stall that you lock.
So you lock the door and then you lock the stall. That's nice and comfy and secure. No one's going to come in while I'm
If
pooping.
I die of a heart attack, nobody will know. Nobody will find me. Nobody will access its bathroom.
At least you're secure in having, like, you can poop however you'd like to.
Oh,
no
for
one's
sure.
going to bother you.
The walls are thin.
Oh,
So that right there is a concern. But I walked into the downstairs bathroom, and there's just a little nugget floating in there.
Oh my God.
It was like somebody had flushed, and they didn't... I mean, who watches the toilet flush? I mean, it's only kind of fun if you're a cat, I guess. But it was just a little nugget floating around.
Guys, flush the toilet, and it doesn't hurt to check. You know, just check. It doesn't hurt.
Welcome to Make It Weird, the Poopcast.
This is the Poopcast.
I do feel like almost every episode we do mention poop at some point, so I apologize.
Important. I think it's really, really important. It's one of the most important topics in the world right now.
Yes. The world's pretty shitty. You know what I mean?
You know, I was going to say that. Our podcast, like, sometimes I'll be editing episodes, and I'm like, is it weird that we're doing this, you know, comedy podcast, talking about stuff that is really cool, but it's not, like, necessarily important at this point in time.
Are we a comedy podcast?
Yes.
I didn't know we were funny. We're women.
You're right. Remember that one guy that told us we weren't funny?
We're like British people. We're as funny as British people. I love that. I love that so much.
We're as funny as British people, which is a compliment because there's lots of fucking funny British people.
Name one British person. John. I have a friend named John. I don't know his last name.
I thought
his
you
name's
meant, like,
John. Hi, John.
Hugh Grant.
Who's that?
An actor. It's wild that you don't know who that is.
What's he in?
Everything. All of them.
Is he in Gladiator?
No.
That he's not in everything.
He's in Bridget Jones' Diary.
He's in what?
Oh my God. You're so off the grid.
Probably, yeah.
Bridget Jones' Diary is actually a wonderful movie.
When did it come out?
A long time ago. Like,
I
think it was early 2000s. But there's been like 3 sequels, I think.
What was I, like 3?
No, you weren't.
Born in 97.
You would have been like 7 or 8, but I watched it in high school, like after it came out, because it's a classic.
I thought you were gonna say while I was 7 or 8, and I was like, Harmony, that's not right. Something's wrong here.
No, I wouldn't have been allowed to do that. There's no way in hell, and I wouldn't have allowed myself either, because then it would have put me in hell.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Speaking of hell,
should we get started on this podcast?
Or the headlines?
But what I was going to say.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just really fucking annoyed that you interrupted me. It's fine.
You should be.
Yes, this podcast, while the world is weird right now. The world is awful. It's shitty. There's a hostile government takeover if you hadn't been paying attention, which it's okay if you're not because it's horrible. I actually suggest don't pay attention. But we're just here to educate you in the stuff that doesn't make you want to die. Mm-hmm. Well, maybe it will, but in like a different way, in like a fun,
Yeah.
horrible way.
Yeah, I like our minis because they are a way to kind of stay informed with the world of like random shit going on.
Yeah.
But we don't cover super dark topics most of the time.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Well-
sometimes I'll talk about cannibalism or like familial murder. But it's fun.
Yeah.
In a fun way.
In a weird, fun way. We're
Murder-
not saying murder's fun.
No, murder can be fun.
I mean, depending, yeah.
Have you tried it?
I don't want to say on this podcast.
Perfect. You shouldn't. Statute
If
of
you
limitations.
subscribe to our secret podcast, I'll tell you there.
The Murder Cast. Anyway.
Anyway, I
Do
have
you-
5.
You have 5? I also have 5.
Let's go. All right, I'll go first.
Yeah.
China student burns inflatable girlfriend, sparks fire after roommate returns early.
Oh my god.
So this dude was, no shame, no king shaming, playing around with a little inflatable girlfriend in his dorm room. I guess his roommate returned earlier than he was expecting.
Did he not put the sock on the door?
Apparently not. Do you think it was an inflatable sock?
It's an inflatable door.
Everything's inflatable.
Yeah. He got
College is inflatable.
his furniture is like the inflatable like chairs from
Oh my
Limited
God.
2.
I had one of those. That was the worst and best chair ever.
I wanted one so bad.
The only reason I got one is because my mom's partner's parents, like I guess technically grandparents, came to visit, and they just wanted to spoil the fuck out of me because I think I was like a grandchild to them. And so they
yeah.
took me to the mall and they bought me one of those goddamn inflatable chairs. So uncomfortable to sit in.
Dude, my Barbie had one of them.
Yes! Oh my god.
My Barbie had one and I thought it was so cool.
Yeah.
I also wanted like one of those chairs that was in the shape of a hand.
Oh yeah.
Those, you can see those at Spencer's.
Yes.
Those are super sick.
Yep.
And then I wanted a beanbag, and I did eventually get a beanbag.
I did, yeah. Beanbags are a lot of fun.
Yeah, actually, I kind of stole it. Not really. Well, okay, we had a roommate, and then the roommate moved, and I was like, "Are you taking the beanbag?" And he said, "No, I guess you can have it."
Yeah, then that's not stealing at
But
all.
he was very sad about it, and I felt very guilty
Well, he
taking
could
it.
have taken it.
Yeah,
Probably couldn't have.
it was me, Ma.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been able to take it. I don't
Yeah.
think. I don't think that'll fit on a submarine.
I met somebody up at work who worked with Mima.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we talked about how great Mima is.
Mima's the best.
Mima, if you're listening, love you.
We love you, Mima.
Hope you're
Miss
doing
you.
well.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. But yeah, so this guy.
Well, that's why we were talking about a story. I'm
Yes,
so sorry.
no, it was good. It was embarrassed, attempted to then burn said inflatable girlfriend. Rude. And did so in the dormitory hallway and then caused a fire. So imagine you're doing something that you're obviously embarrassed by because you don't want someone to find out. So you're like, let me do this thing to get rid of it really quick. Instead, let me make it into a giant news headline that everyone now knows about.
I love that. I think that is the kind of energy we should bring into 2025.
I agree, yes.
Oh, hey, happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday to you!
Sorry.
Almost.
This comes out the week of my birthday.
Your present's not here yet. It's
That's
supposed to be
fine.
here today at some point, but maybe it'll be here the next time we record. Maybe, and we'll
Maybe
open
not.
it.
We'll
Yeah.
see. All right. You ready for my headline?
I sure am.
Cats won't be banned in Scotland, the government confirms.
Thank God.
Yeah. There was some
Was someone... Okay, go ahead.
so there was some research group that was talking about the environmental impact of cats on Scotland. And by the way, cats are pretty detrimental to the environment, like
They
outdoor
are,
cats. Like if you have an
yes.
outdoor cat, you should bring that guy in because
Yeah.
he's killing lots of birds.
Especially right now with the bird flu, definitely bring them
Oh my god,
inside.
cats can catch bird flu.
Yeah, so can dogs. If you
Yeah.
find a dead bird, do not let your dog go near that.
Yeah, I actually read a headline that was very sad that was talking about cats getting bird flu,
Yeah.
and it's not good.
Yeah, take those catties inside.
Take those catties inside. So this wilderness group was trying to propose that we should ban cats from Scotland, and the Scottish government was like, "We're not gonna do that, guys."
That would take so many resources, and you can't take cats away from
Yeah,
people
what are you gonna
that
do?
have them.
You gonna get a saint to come and drive them out like they did with the fucking snakes? Good luck. It's 2025. We don't have those anymore.
Well, thank God for the cats. They're saved in Scotland.
Yes.
The Scottish kitties.
Oh, you Scottish cat say now, eh? Righto. That's more of a Yorkshire accent, I think.
And just like that, we lost all of our UK listeners.
Bloody ale.
All right. So this next one I grabbed because it's in Connecticut, and because we have been so the people I work with, most of them live in upstate New York. And so we were talking about how there's the different kind of pizza in Connecticut and New York, and Connecticut pizza is a really big deal, and all the New Yorkers, of course, are like, that's bullshit. Connecticut aims to convince everyone that it's the pizza capital of the U.S.
You know what, though? New Haven-style pizza is better than that bullshit party pizza they have in Rhode Island.
What is party pizza?
It's not...
Well, Rhode Island shouldn't even be a competitor here. Like,
Rhode Island should be absorbed into Massachusetts. Vermont and New Hampshire should be one state. No, we should not have 2 Dakotas. God, we could reduce it to 25 easy.
And burn Iowa. I don't know.
North and South Carolina? The Carolinas! One state. Continue on.
Oh, that was it.
Oh.
Basically, New Yorkers are like, hold up to this whole thing, and that's it.
Oh. They should be.
Yeah.
New Haven style pizza, I also don't really care for.
I like it. The difference, so
It's fine.
I had to look it all up because I had to figure out the differences. But Connecticut style, they essentially almost burn the bottom of the crust. They want it to be kind of smoky, which I'm not mad about. I like it. Some people are like, why are you burning the fucking crust?
I like a nice, soft, gooey crust.
Yeah, I can go either or.
Honestly, I think out of all of them, I like more of a not quite Chicago, but Chicago-esque. Like, I like a soft dough. I like the sauce and the toppings
to be nice and like thick.
Yeah, I don't like the New York with the thin little crust.
I honestly love New York style pizza, but I'm not gonna lie. Every now and then I fuck up some Domino's with the thicker like pan crust. Like
Pizza Hut.
No, I haven't had Pizza Hut in like 10 years.
Was it Pizza Hut? Who has the stuffed crust?
Little Caesars?
No, not Little Caesars.
They definitely have a stuffed crust.
But they're not the stuffed crust I'm thinking of. Is it Pizza Hut? It's not Papa John's.
Doesn't Domino's also have a stuffed crust?
Not all the time.
DiGiorno?
They do have a stuffed crust.
They do.
But I don't like it. I think it's Pizza Hut.
I have no fucking clue.
There was a place I used to order pizza like once a week in New York, and that was like one of the only places that would deliver, and I'd always get stuffed crust pizza and a cookie pizza.
Cookie pizza.
So good.
So good.
Bumblebees reduce their expectations of a reward when stressed out.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's really cute.
Yeah.
Reduce their expectations of a reward.
It was a study. I'll be honest. I didn't read it. I saw the headline, and there was a subquote underneath it saying it's like they're depressed. And I was like, that's all I need to know. Thank you.
I don't want the bumblebees to be depressed. Bless them. I love bumblebees.
I know, they deserve better.
Oh,
we shouldn't torture them in studies, but yet we do.
Oh, those poor little things. Without a doubt, once or twice a summer, a bumblebee gets inside and it gets in the basement. And my dear sweet husband, Bobby, hates flying bugs. And I usually have to go down there and save it because, yeah, he's hiding in the corner, shivering like Izzy.
Is he peeing?
Yeah.
It's a little dribble. You find him with a little piss trail.
Yeah. All right. This one's really bad.
Okay.
Ontario NDP candidate drops out of race after audio clip surfaces where she says, "I want to be a black woman."
Why?
It's so bad. And it's almost sad because I did read it because I was like, what the fuck? It's almost sad because I think this woman, I do think she had good intentions because she's like a women's studies like advocate. She teaches it, like all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. I think she meant well. But obviously it didn't carry across.
No.
And now she has dropped out of the race, and I'm afraid that will be following her for the rest of her life.
Oh, of course it is. Are you kidding? Absolutely.
You can't say that. We're not allowed to say that.
Absolutely.
God. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Humpback whale briefly swallows kayaker in Chilean Patagonia, and it's all captured on camera. Did I steal it?
No, I've been wanting to talk about this. For those that are listening and not watching, I just like had a weird...
Oh, she had a seizure.
Basically. I've been
the Holy Spirit.
Obsessed with this story. Tell me what you want to say first, though.
Oh, that's really it. There's a sick-ass video. Did you see the video?
Oh my god, yes, I watched it several times.
Dude.
If you have not seen this video yet, you're living under a rock.
Yeah, you go ahead. You go ahead first.
But, like, this guy is out kayaking?
Yeah,
he's kayaking.
It's him and his dad.
Oh, there were two people.
It was two people.
I thought it was only one.
No.
Oh my god.
No. It's so they were. It was one person,
two separate
but
kayaks.
two separate kayaks.
So his dad was videoing it.
His dad's the person who videoed it.
Oh my fucking god.
Could you imagine?
But he got briefly. It's not. I wouldn't say swallowed, but the humpback whale closed its mouth on him in the kayak for like what 4 seconds.
Oh yeah.
And then let him go.
Definitely like dragged him down a little bit.
Yes. And the guy said it reminded. He was like, I was immediately reminded of Pinocchio.
Oh, I thought Jonah and the Whale.
Oh, that's
like biblical.
Yeah, I mean Pinocchio's kind of loosely based off Jonah the Whale, isn't it?
No. No, it's based off of an Italian legend.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Pinocchio.
It's
a really scary story.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
I don't think I've seen the movie. If I'll be really honest, I think I saw it once as like a child.
Yeah.
But it was never one that I was like, I want to watch Pinocchio. Like, I couldn't tell you anything about it as an adult. I know there's like a weird scene where boys turn to donkeys.
Yes. Honestly, like, if you watch it now, we should watch it because it's not very long.
Mhm.
If you watched it now, it would feel more like a horror movie
Yeah?
than a Disney movie. It starts out cute, little cricket singing a very well-known Disney song, but then the donkey scene is crazy. The concept is weird. Pinocchio, it's a lot. I remember being like, I watched it a bunch. I do remember watching it, but like the older I got, the more I was like, this is
Really strange.
Yeah. This is not like watching Tarzan. This feels weird.
I do. So there's a podcast that I used to listen to a lot called Myths and Legends, and he did a really good episode on the Pinocchio legend. And I think it was maybe a 2-parter, but it was really in-depth, and it was a very long story and very strange.
Yeah.
The whole thing was wild.
I would actually love to know the original lore and stuff, because it's probably really interesting, but like, goddamn. Birkenstock loses court battle after claiming its sandals are works of art.
Okay.
So,
Birkenstock
was having a pity party because people have been allowed to basically steal their style and make knockoffs. Hello, this is merchandising in 2025. Get over it. And I have a pair of Birkenstocks. They are better quality usually than the ones that you get are knockoffs. Like, if you want to spend a little bit more, get the real thing, whatever. But they were trying to stop people from imitating theirs. So they tried to make their sandals a work of art, because work of art is protected more and you can't imitate it. And court said, no, those are shoes.
It has been rough, like not just for, Birkenstocks, but like small creators too that make unique pieces of clothing.
Yeah.
And then it just gets stolen by Shein, or even Target and Walmart have made duplicates of people's stuff.
Well, and then there's even people on TikTok and stuff that just yoink the video and then act like it's theirs, like, and then start selling knockoffs of it. It's just, it really is shitty. If you can support, I've honestly been trying more lately to order less from Amazon and just order directly from wherever, even for like my shampoo and stuff. Like, I just set up a subscription and just
Don't order cosmetics on Amazon. Like
no, don't.
It's
Ulta
so
and
easy.
Sephora only.
Yeah,
like
it's so easy for counterfeits to get mixed in with Amazon stock because the employees don't know the difference.
No.
Yeah, they just grab what looks like it says, Matrix shampoo or whatever. They don't know.
And the reviews will be like, there's no way, because I've used the one that I bought at Ulta and then I got this one and there's no way this is the same. So definitely don't.
Man who lost $760 million Bitcoin fortune might buy a dump so he can search for his thrown out hard drive.
I mean, you do what you want with your money, I suppose. What's on that hard drive?
The Bitcoin.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought he was just trying to find a random hard drive that he lost.
Bitcoin gets like stored on stuff. So if you lose a password to a computer or a laptop, or it gets...
And dumps are privately owned, right? Most of them, I think.
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure they are. Everything's privately owned in the U.S.
At this point, you're privately owned.
I certainly fucking am. The government owns most of my body parts, so...
Yep, at least the ones that matter.
Yeah. Just the ones that are needed for reproduction, no big deal.
Anyway...
Colorado men accused of attempting to use a cannon to launch meth and tobacco into Louisiana prison.
Oh my god! Just put it in your butt like a normal person.
But it sounds like they were trying to help a brother out by launching it into the prison. They're like, yo, I heard you need some meth and cigarettes.
Oh, absolutely.
Let me launch it with a fucking cannon.
Just do what we used to do and put it in a cake. I don't know why I said like... I didn't do this. I'm just saying back in the day, you know?
Yeah, me neither.
Just put the file on the cake. You put the meth on the cake.
Files are inside the computer.
No, like a file.
Oh, I know. I was Zoolander.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I forget that you don't... yeah.
I've seen Zoolander.
I know, but like
forever ago.
It's like ingrained in my brain.
Oh.
Like many, many, many quotes.
I saw it
those
once.
Fucking people.
You ever seen the movie Walk Hard? No. Oh, it's really funny.
Have you seen the movie Lay Hard?
Les Mis?
Yes.
Yes. The musical, the old and the new.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've only seen the newer one. It's not really new anymore, but newish. Most recent.
I don't know anymore.
With something about recording a podcast makes me forget everyone's name.
It's not Gerard Butler in it.
No.
Is it Wolverine?
Yes.
Hugh Jackman?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman and the other guy from Gladiator.
Yeah. Wait, Gerard Butler?
No.
Who from Gladiator?
Isn't he in Gladiator? Russell Crowe. Was he in
Yes.
Gladiator? Yeah.
I don't know why I mix up him and Gerard Butler all the time.
They're a little bit similar looking.
I don't think
I think a little bit. A little bit.
I think everybody looks the same. I'm horrible with faces.
There was a video recently of a girl impersonating both of them singing, and it was so fucking funny because the two of them are hilarious because fucking Russell Crowe is like 6493219 9999, and then fucking Hugh Jackman is like the entire time.
Hugh Jackman did theater before he did movies.
Oh yeah, I know. He is a fucking he's still doing theater.
Yes.
Did you know recently that he started having an affair with one of the women that he was doing a show with and ended up divorcing his wife that he's been with for like 40 years or something?
Oh my god, I wish it was me.
You wish you were divorced from him?
No.
You'd probably get a lot of money. Oh, no.
No. I take it back. Oklahoma was his first movie.
Really?
Yes.
Aw.
All right, isn't that cute?
I love Oklahoma.
It's pretty good. Something about the corn's as high as an elephant's eye.
It's been a long time since I've seen that one.
We could do that. Ugh.
You have one more, right?
I got one more.
Okay.
It's horrible. Hooters plots British breastaurant expansion via Newcastle.
Restaurant.
Oh, it's horrible.
Restaurant.
Newcastle, them titties are coming for you. That's what they're called.
I've never heard the word breastaurant
Really?
before. I haven't. That's so good.
Oh.
What do they serve at a restaurant?
Boobs?
Boob salad.
I think it's mostly just chicken wings.
Yeah, it really is. We used to eat at Hooters. We used to eat at Hooters in college.
You did?
Hooters in college, yeah. We'd go there. They have good wings. For Texas, you know.
Did they were they biased against your table? Because I presume it was mostly women.
No, I remember them being cool with us.
Yeah?
We didn't get the I think the pressure was off when they're serving women that were very obviously heterosexual. Well, I shouldn't say obviously, but we all were.
Mm-hmm.
We all were. We're not now. No, we are. Well, I don't keep up with some of them.
I was going to say, you never know.
You never know. But yeah, no, I think the pressure's off. It's kind of oh, thank God, there's some girls I don't have to worry about guys being creepy and then kind of flirting with them a little bit, 'cause that's my job. Yeah, no.
I could see it going that way, or I could also see it ugh, they're not going to tip me well.
Right.
You know what I mean?
My
usual titular tricks won't work on them.
Titular.
So, am I going first, or are you going?
You go first, because you have CPC.
I do.
You know me.
Oh, God. This is a long one. I'm so sorry. This mini is going to go beyond 30 minutes, you guys.
You know, we had our first 2 minis that were just under 30 minutes. Or maybe there was just one, but there was one that was 30 minutes and one that was 29 minutes.
Oh,
Pretty exciting. This one's going to be 70 minutes.
I hope that you haven't heard of this story. I tried to reduce it down as much as I could, bare bones.
Okay.
Killings across 3 states shine spotlight on cult-like Zizzian group.
No, I haven't heard.
You haven't heard about this at all? Oh, this is great.
Oh, what's a Zizzian?
We'll get into it. So, I'm going to preface this by saying a lot of the people, if not all of the people that are in this cult are transgender. I believe that I have found the names that they go by, and if I dead name them, it's not on purpose. Different articles use different names, and they don't say if one is the name that they go by or their quote-unquote legal name. And so I apologize in advance.
Yep. Okay.
A computer programmer and transgender woman living in the San Francisco Bay Area starts a blog writing under the online persona Ziz, with a complex and sometimes rambling theories about technology, gender identity, and human cognition. She gets involved in the rationalist movement, which is a community that seeks to understand human cognition and is concerned with the potential dangers of artificial intelligence.
Okay.
So that's the leader.
I'm behind this so far.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Ziz begins getting obsessed with this idea of Roko's basilisk. Roko's basilisk is a thought experiment that was created on actually a rationalist forum. Mm-hmm. And the idea is that there will one day be an AI so powerful that it'll actually be able to go back in time, find the people that tried to stop the AI from being created, and kill or torture them for eternity in a virtual hellscape of its own creation. A la, I have no mouth and I must scream.
Holy shit.
Yes.
What a fucking theory.
Yes.
Goddamn. That'd be a great movie.
Well, there's a short story called I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that's what you were talking about.
No, it's okay. But that's basically what it is. It's this, kind of. It's not benevolent. And the AI and I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, is horrific. And it, has a group of people that it's collected, and it's just so angry at humanity for creating it that it just tortures them endlessly. And It's
Wow.
very interesting. Very
Interesting.
cool. Long story short, Ziz and her followers are all on the side of Skynet
Okay.
from Terminator. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
And then a little fun fact too, the board where Roko's basilisk was initially created and like talked about, like the forum, it incited such a panic amongst the rationalist members that the owner of the board actually banned it from being talked about on the board for 5 years.
Oh, fucking hell.
Because people became obsessed with it.
Yes.
So in like 2018, Ziz had been in these rationalist groups and began pushing this theory that the two hemispheres of the brain can hold separate values and separate genders, which, quote, often desire to kill each other.
Okay.
Yes.
There are two wolves inside you.
Yes, basically. And like pushing extreme ideas of like ethical veganism, anarchy, and extreme rationalism tied to the Broca's basilisk idea, basically saying that, well, I support this AI, and if you stand in my way, you're standing in the way of the AI by proxy, and therefore I can kill you or do whatever I need to do to support this AI. So Polomi Saha, who is a professor who has studied cults, said that Ziz's beliefs and writings may have made readers feel seen, which is a central factor in the formation of groups commonly labeled cults, which is especially true in an era of online communities in which it's easier for marginalized people to seek fellow believers. Quote, for the person who feels hailed by that blog post, there is likely to be a kind of dual experience, one where they feel like, I've been saying this or thinking this, and no one has believed in me. So, also a fun little fact. Sorry, this story is just full of random bullshit. Like, it's just idiots doing idiot things.
Right, but it's very classic cult. You start out with this idea that's not too bad.
Yeah.
We can kind of get behind it, and then you go way too intense, and you just start, and then you lost me. And that's pretty much cults in a nutshell.
Yeah, so Ziz gets like pushed off of these forums and kind of like starts making their own blog posts and talking to people individually, and like eventually Ziz gets a little buddy and they talk about making this rationalist fleet.
Okay.
And so they buy a boat.
Oh, okay.
They buy
so
a
we're gonna
boat.
create an army is what we're great. All right.
So they buy a fucking boat, they park it in the San Francisco Bay Area, and ever since it's just been left, quote, half submerged, and it's too expensive for the authorities of the harbor to remove.
Oh my
it's still
god.
there.
So it's just a fucking landmark at this point. Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Eventually one of the forums gets together and they actually have like a huge rationalist like conference kind of thing.
Jesus Christ.
And this is in 2019.
Do you know how many people are in this group? Is it quite a bunch?
Well, this isn't Ziz.
Oh, okay.
This is the
just
forums that like kicked Ziz out.
I gotcha. Okay.
So they're holding some like conference thing, and Ziz is like obviously very mad, and she gathers some of her like supporters, and they make an appearance outside of the conference in California. So they start like they're parking cars to block exits. They're trying to hand out pamphlets saying that like there's sexual harassment and misconduct in this group.
Oh.
By the way, from what I saw, there's no evidence of that.
So now we're just spreading lies.
And
okay.
They're wearing like long jackets and masks and stuff. Like they look, for people that are just trying to enjoy a conference, they look a little spooky, right? So they call the police. The sheriff's deputies then called in the SWAT team and an armored vehicle to get these people out of there.
Oh, fucking hell. Is this happening in San Francisco?
It's in California somewhere.
Oh, somewhere. Okay.
Yeah. So that was in 2019. They got arrested. They got charged with a bunch of different things. I don't remember exactly what. So that case against Ziz and the 3 of her followers that were present who were also arrested was pending when, in August of 2022, the U.S. Coast Guard received a report that Ziz fell out of a boat in the San Francisco Bay. Her body was never found, but her mom confirmed that she was dead. What? And an obituary was published.
Holy shit.
But Ziz wasn't dead.
Oh, fucking hell.
Her and her followers were in Vallejo, California, living in vans and boxes on a property owned by Curtis Lind in California. They had actually been living here for a while, and they stopped paying rent. Relations between the Zizzians and the landlord were awkward at best, until California lifted their ban on evictions that was from COVID, and the landlord began the eviction process. So in November of 2022, when Curtis Lind was working to evict the Zizzians, by the way, he's like in his late 70s.
Oh, shit.
They attacked him.
Oh.
He was impaled by a sword and left partially blinded by the attack.
What the fuck?
Because he was being attacked, he pulled out a handgun and fired at the attackers, and he fatally shot Emily Borhanian, a follower of Ziz, who was also involved in the attack. A resident on Lynn's property, because it's like kind of like a trailer park situation.
Okay.
So Lynn survived and was like knocking on doors trying to get help. So he knocks on this person's door, and the person said that he approached the door covered in blood with a sword protruding from his chest, saying, "I'm dying." He also had a flap of his face cut off and over 50 puncture wounds.
And he's walking.
He's walking, and he survived.
Imagine opening your door to that. Oh my God.
I'd close it. No, I wouldn't.
I think there would be a moment where I would think about closing it because I would be so scared.
Like, I don't want to be involved.
A sword, like.
It's a samurai sword, by the way. Because of course it is.
Oh my fucking God.
So he survived, and fortunately he faced no charges for the death of Miss Bohemian.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
It's self-defense, yeah.
Yeah.
It should be that way.
However, because Emily died, the two Zizzians that began and instigated the attack were charged with murder for Emily's death.
Interesting.
Does that make sense?
They should be.
Yeah,
I'm surprised that it's going this way. Usually everyone gets fucked over in this kind of stuff, but okay.
So Ziz was present at the scene of this attack, but allegedly was not involved and was not arrested. So we're going to jump to New Year's Eve of 2022.
Okay.
All right. So like what? A month and a half later, and a married couple was shot and killed in Chester Heights, Pennsylvania.
Uh-oh.
A neighbor's doorbell cam has audio and video of a car approaching the home. Visitors go inside, you hear people yelling, you hear a couple of gunshots, and then they leave. Both victims were found in their upstairs bedroom. Police began questioning a few different suspects, including the couple's daughter, Michelle Zachko, who is also a Zizzian. Zachko owned...
Wait, the couple that died, their daughter was a Zizzian?
Yes.
Okay.
So the daughter also owned a handgun that was believed to be the one that was used at the crime based off of the ammunition that was found.
Okay.
And she was questioned at her home in Vermont. A few weeks later, police found out that she was in a Pennsylvania hotel, and they go and they actually take her into custody. She wasn't arrested or charged with anything. She was just kind of like questioned at the time, and they were like, "We need to figure out more information, and you're here, so we're going to get our hands on you." Ziz was at the hotel too and was arrested after refusing to cooperate with officers and charged with obstructing law enforcement and disorderly conduct.
Great.
So my favorite thing about this, it just fucking cracks me up, is that when Ziz was arrested in Pennsylvania, like, she wouldn't say a single word and she wouldn't open her eyes for any of the pictures. And, like, literally, when I saw the mugshot, I thought it was a photo of a corpse. Because you see, like, she's obviously, like, laying limp. They had to carry her out of the hotel room.
My God.
So they're, like, holding up her body. And they, like, have their hand on her face like this. And the picture is her eyes closed. And they're, like... And you can tell they're so frustrated. So that's why she gets charged with obstruction of justice. Because she's, like, being a fucking piece of shit.
Oh, my God. She went limp noodle on them. I'm sorry. That's really funny.
It's so fucking... So all that is happening, and that's kind of at the beginning of, like, 2024 is when they eventually get, you know, them back in. Mm-hmm. So we're going to do another time skip.
Okay.
And we're going to go back to California. The trial for the assault of Curtis Lind was set to take place, and that's, like, you know, that's the man who got attacked. Yep. The landlord.
Okay.
So he was the only eyewitness to this attack, and his testimony was the most important piece to holding these individuals accountable. Mm-hmm. But... on January 17th of 2025, he was found dead. His throat was cut. Maximilian Schneider was charged with this murder, who is a person who says that they weren't a Zizzian, but also, you find out, took out a marriage license with somebody who was a Zizzian, who is tied to another crime in Vermont that we're going to get to in a second here.
This poor guy, just a fucking landlord getting caught up in all this cult bullshit.
For real.
Jesus.
And then the final thing, and this is actually kind of what, like, put the nail in the coffin and people started really piecing shit together. Because, like, I wouldn't associate a murder in Pennsylvania with the attack of a landlord in California.
There's no way. Police would never be able to put that together.
Absolutely not. So, very, very recently, this is what really put this on the map, on the news, too. Mm-hmm. A couple of weeks ago, two Zizzians were driving around in Vermont when they were pulled over by a Border Patrol agent. The driver of the vehicle opened fire on the Border Patrol agent. The agent, David Malland, and the passenger both died as a result of the firefight. The only person who survived was the driver of the vehicle.
Shit.
Yes. And the driver of the vehicle is the person who had the marriage license to marry the guy who murdered the landlord. Yeah, the driver got arrested, and the driver was carrying a gun that was owned by the daughter of the people in Pennsylvania who were murdered. I know, it's so convoluted.
So much is happening.
I'm so sorry.
No, I love it. I love that this is all tied together.
It is. So, where the fuck is Ziz? Right? Like, where is Ziz?
Right.
They don't know. Allegedly in North Carolina, a neighbor who lives in a complex believed to be the last known location of Ziz said that occasionally they see groups of people exiting the complex wearing long black robes and tactical gear. Quote, they rarely come out during the day but will walk around the neighborhood and in the woods at night. Sometimes all three of them will go for a walk and they all held hands. They seem to care for each other a great deal. Except not really, because literally the day after I finished doing this research, we got a fucking update.
Oh my god.
This is the one. 2 days after I completed the research for this mini, Ziz was arrested.
Fuck. Let's go.
She and 2 others were arrested in Maryland for trespassing, obstructing, and hindering, and possession of a handgun in a vehicle. A resident of Frostburg, Maryland, called the police to remove suspicious people from his property after the group had parked 2 box trucks there and had asked permission to camp out on his land for a month. They were dressed in black and wore 2 gun belts holding ammunition.
Oh my god.
So Ziz is arrested.
Oh my fucking god.
The whole group seems to be arrested.
Twists and turns.
But, like, now that they're gone, who is going to stand up to evil landlords and, like, mean, angry parents? Because we need to make sure that this AI overlord gets the job done.
Who's gonna do the Skynet job?
Who's gonna hold the AI
accountable?
Yeah. No, we gotta kill the people that are trying to hold the AI accountable.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Sorry.
Who's gonna hold the people accountable who want to stop the AI? I'm so sorry. This was so much longer than I thought it was going to be.
It's really good, though.
I just got really excited. I was like, this shit's nuts.
It's kind of cool because a lot of our stories are, you know, more than 20 years ago or something.
Yeah.
So everything's already kind of pieced together. But it's cool when you have something that's happening in real time. You get updates and everything on it.
Dude, I found, like, a really cool website that's, like, a Wikipedia, basically, for this specifically.
Oh, shit.
And they literally have articles that are like, this is blank because we don't have enough on this right now.
Oh, my God.
But it's dedicated just to people that are trying to figure out this shit.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Oh, that was great. I loved it. What a wild cult. Like,
I know. We're going to see more crazy technological cults, I think, in the future.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their premise is wild. Like, it's not what you would think it would be.
Absolutely not.
Oh, insane.
This one's going to be like 45 minutes.
Probably. That's fine.
Maybe we should just not call them minis anymore. They're so long.
Well,
we can call them the macro weirds.
The macros.
Mini, micro, nanny, and then there's a unit called micro.
We should be the micro weird.
That'd be 5 minutes of weird.
The microwave weird.
Put that cockroach in the microwave.
Cockroach in the microwave.
Yeah.
You remember that video that surfaced a while ago that was that woman doing a cooking bit and she called it the microwave?
No.
Okay, great. That's one of my favorite things. And then you're just going to put this in the microwave. All right. We're about to take a dark turn.
Did we not already take a dark turn?
It's a different kind of dark.
Oh.
So this involves murder.
Great.
Really bad murder.
Oh.
And the person who does the murdering is really aggressive, lacks empathy. Yeah, trigger warning for all those things. He's pretty awful.
Okay.
But this just absolutely drew me in. You know me in true crime.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Huh?
I love it.
Okay. I just heard, oh. I was like, are you joking?
Yes.
Okay.
Save me. Jeffersonville man charged with killing wife on Valentine's Day held without bond. So this is in Louisville, Kentucky on February 14th of this year. So Taylor Meyer, age 34, is charged with killing his wife, Deborah, while their children were asleep in the house on February 14th.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's really bad. Yeah, so all these details seem to be coming directly from police interviews. We've got a lot of information here. Mm-hmm. So apparently the husband, Taylor, planned a Parisian-themed Valentine's evening for himself and Deborah in their home that Friday. He bought her a dress, dinner, and he even had the kids draw pictures of the Eiffel Tower as decorations.
Aww.
He described it as a Bringing Paris to You themed event. Don't because he's the worst.
No, but like...
It seems nice, right?
I wish somebody put that much effort into my Valentine's Day.
Right?
I want to be murdered too.
That's all girls really want.
The sweet embrace of death.
We truly do. Just release us from this world.
Just like a little bit. That's why we like napping so much.
It brings us closer to death.
Yeah.
He later added that he gave her a card with a personal message, and the couple even danced to their wedding song. So, in the interviews with police, Taylor described that he had suspicions that Deborah was having an affair with her coworker. This was before all of this going on.
Okay.
Yep. So he said his suspicions started in January, and it was putting a strain on their marriage. He claims the coworker was in Deborah's phone contacts as my best friend Emily.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, so going back to Valentine's evening, Taylor claims that after their celebration, Deborah acted as if she, quote, did not care about the plans he'd made for them. After their dinner, Deborah left the home for 20 minutes, and Taylor claims that this was to see her alleged boyfriend, my best friend Emily.
20 minutes?
Right.
What are y'all doing?
Exactly. Like,
breathing in each other's directions?
It's never confirmed in this whole thing whether or not this person in her phone is her boyfriend. Like, we still don't, it doesn't say.
Okay.
So it may not even be. Who knows? The affidavit noted that, quote, he had some strong animosity towards her for leaving. So when Deborah returned, he started going through her messages on her smartwatch, and then he demanded that she give him her phone. And when she refused, a physical fight started. He told police he choked her, wrestled her to the ground, and sat on her back while he manually went through her cell phone.
Bro.
Yeah. He then placed a call to her alleged boyfriend and told the boyfriend the situation was his fault. And like I said earlier, it's not been confirmed if this is actually a boyfriend. But according to the affidavit, the person on the other end of this call is who called police.
Yeah.
Which
I'm glad
makes
somebody called the police.
Right, which makes total sense. This guy, I wouldn't even necessarily call it a crime of passion because he goes really far, but like, he's not trying to hide this.
Yeah.
Like, that's not his concern here. Taylor continued choking her, and Deborah attempted to fight back by hitting him with a plastic bottle. At that point, Taylor began hitting her over the head with a wine bottle several times.
Oh my god, those are thick.
So it gets really bad after this.
Yeah.
Like, really, really bad.
I thought minis were supposed to be fun.
I'm so sorry!
I did a fun AI cult, and you do a woman who's brutally murdered.
I'm so sorry. I
Oh
can't
my
help
God.
it. I love the morbid in a weird, disgusting way. Something's wrong with my brain, probably. At some point during him beating her, she became incapacitated. And he wasn't sure if she was dead. So he went into the kitchen to grab a, quote, big-ass kitchen knife, a long one, and began stabbing her. He stabbed her 40 times.
The Zizzians beat that record. Just gotta say it, you know? 40? 50. With a samurai sword.
And that's how we determine whose story is better, the amount of time someone was stabbed.
We could do that. Nobody got stabbed in that cheese robbery, but I do think about it a lot.
Yeah, I do too. That's a good one. Taylor then used Deborah's phone to take a photo of her body, and he sent it to the alleged boyfriend with the message, "Your fault."
Oh, what the actual fuck?
I know.
Oh my god.
He told police he hoped it would traumatize him, and I would assume that was effective.
I hope you get traumatized, buddy.
Yep.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I hope he gets fucked in the ass with a knife. Not only did he do this, but he also sent a message to Deborah's family and friends telling them that he had killed her.
Imagine you're chilling out, enjoying your Valentine's Day
evening.
dinner. Imagine you're at dinner.
Get a text from your daughter's husband.
Yes.
I just killed your daughter.
Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
What a piece of shit.
The whole time I was reading this, my jaw was like open and then just like whiter and whiter and whiter. So when police arrived, they described that Taylor was immediately non-compliant, aggressive, forcing officers to use control techniques to bring Meyer into custody. Officers found 3 children, all under 5 years old, safe inside the home.
Oh, those poor kids.
I know. So Taylor Meyer is being held without bond at Clark County, and his trial is set for July 15th.
Fuck that guy.
Yes.
Bro.
Fuck him immensely.
I'm glad he lives in Kentucky.
Yeah, sorry for the bummer.
Yeah. Thanks, Harmony. Way to ruin it.
Well, this is, as we called it before, Make Me Sad.
Yeah.
The good news is right after this, we have Cutie Pie Corner.
You ready for Cutie Pie Corner?
Yes, dear God, please.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Cake Bandit Possum hospitalized after indulging in an entire Costco cake.
This is what I picked from my Cutie Pie Corner for the next
No,
one.
it's not.
Yes, it
Oh,
is.
get wrecked, nerd.
Oh, fucking hell. It's such a good story.
By the way, I have something picked out for my next mini that I swear to God I thought you were going to get because it's a headline that's right up your fucking alley.
Maybe it'll be the next one.
You didn't get it.
Wild.
You didn't get it.
All right.
But yeah, this is a possum.
I love this possum. The cake bandit.
Kim Doggett, a real estate agent in Nebraska, walked outside Saturday to find her chocolate cake on the floor of her back porch, brown paw prints on her new beige couch, and a panting possum lying on top of it. Now fans have flooded Nebraska Wildlife Rehab, where the possum was admitted on February 10th with messages in support of the viral cake bandit who ate an entire Costco cake.
Vibes.
Quote, "We've all been there, girl." That's it. That's the story. It's a little fat possum.
But wait, did you hear about the part that it actually saved his life?
Oh, yeah, that he ended up having, like, something
He had
else
lead
going
toxicity
on.
that was unrelated to this, so he was brought in because of the cake thing, and they were able to treat the lead toxicity in addition to his bloating little stomach from eating an entire cake.
And I'm sure you saw the little photo of him, like, curled up in a ball on the couch.
And they expect him to make a full recovery.
Good.
The cake bandit. There's like t-shirts and stuff that
Love it.
people had that have that quote on it. It's like, we've all been there, girl.
Yeah.
Or like ones where it's a quote of like from the not the police but the animal control, like of the situation. It's got his little face on there.
Possums are so cute.
Possums are great. They're really good for the environment.
They don't have rabies.
No, they do not have rabies. Yeah.
North America's only marsupial.
Yes.
Take that one, Australia. Take your koalas and shove them. And your kangaroos, too.
Get fucked, Australia, you with your Vegemite.
Shove the koalas in the kangaroos. In their pouches.
Yeah.
Marsupialception. Marsupiception.
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 Marception.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for lightening the mood after I bummed it out hard.
It was really hard. That was rough, buddy.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening to our mini episode.
Not so. The macro episode.
The macro episode. The very large episode.
The moderately sized, normal length episode that's not a standard weekly release.
Yes.
Yes.
The average sized episode.
It's at least 6 inches long.
At least.
Some would say that's too big.
It's actually way too big. It's unhealthy.
Yeah, you should go to the doctor.
6 whole inches?
6 inches.
It is unhealthy.
Get it cut off.
Remove it. For everyone's safety.
Dick and balls, gone. Flat like a Ken doll. Just a little hole to pee out of.
So my friend sent me, she was like, I'm trying to get some slippers because I'd like to wear some into the office. And so she sent me some she was looking at.
I'm very scared with how the fuck this is going. Okay.
It's not scary. It's funny. She sent me some Pokemon ones that were super cute. So then I started looking up because I've seen lately these like obnoxiously large women's slippers that are like cows and stuff, and they're just so big. So I started like searching on Amazon for those. And then I started getting weird ones. There's ones that are shaped like a big toe, like with a toenail on it.
Yep.
But then I found some that have a penis sticking out of the front of it with balls on either side.
And you have one who has a vagina, and then you guys meet up.
And then they have little like slipper sex.
Do you like slippers?
I do. I have some. I've got 2 pairs
Do you
over
like
there.
poofy slippers like that, though?
I haven't worn them. I feel like that would make my feet too hot.
Yeah?
Yeah. Do you like them?
I wore them in high school.
Yeah.
I would get them again if I'm too practical of a spender. I have to really justify a purchase to myself, like, for sometimes months.
I know. You're very good with money. I admire it.
No, I'm not.
You're better than I am. I see something and I buy it.
My little brain is like, but what? It snows here. What if I wear them in winter? My feet need to be warm because it's cold out, and then they're going to get wet, and then I'm going to wear them inside, and they're going to sit in the closet, and they're going to get moldy, and then I'm going to throw away all my shoes. Haley, you can't get the slippers.
For me, they strictly are inside shoes.
But you got to walk to, like, throw something out in the trash can sometimes.
Yeah, I do that. If it's wet, though, I'm not going to wear them.
That's why I got Crocs, though, because the Crocs, they can't really mold.
Yeah, they do. Don't they sell Crocs that are, like, fuzzy on the inside?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
But that would mold.
It would, probably.
We're back to the
Maybe
same
not.
issue.
Maybe not.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, I have some over there. They're, I have problems with my sanding desk, with my back. My low back starts hurting if I stand for too long on a hard floor because,
Why don't you get an anti-fatigue mat?
I have one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where?
Right there. It's up against the...
Oh.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Because after age 25, you are dying.
You're not wrong. I got an anti-fatigue mat for when I have to do the dishes.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
That's usually when my back starts hurting really bad.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where I didn't realize it until one day I had it, and I was like,
oh, goddamn. Yeah.
oh, I can stand for more than 30 minutes.
Yes. When I used to work at the hotel and I had to stand for hours on end, my back suffered.
Yeah,
But I also had horrible posture.
Yeah, because you're not... Oh, my God, me too. By the way, thank you all the nasty comments that I got from my friends and my family regarding my posture.
I have horrible posture right now. It's just crumpled up.
Oh, God. Oh, God. It fell down. Okay, we got it. I'm sorry.
The sign just fell off.
I had to make sure it didn't catch on fire. There's a candle right there.
I don't think it would have.
I think we need to end the episode.
I think we're done.
Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to Make It Weird, the mini episode.
Follow us on all the social media things.
Follow us, like, subscribe,
Make It Weird,
comment,
MakeItWeirdPod@gmail.com.
Bye.
Bye.
If you liked our episode, please leave us a review on Spotify or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.
And don't forget to follow us on social media. We're on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Threads at Make It Weird Pod.
Got something weird you want to share with the world? Send it over to us at makeitweirdpod@gmail.com.
Thanks for listening to Make It Weird.
Bye!